this is today's weather. As you can see, the so-called beast from the east has apparently got to us, and it's not looking like it wants to stop anytime soon. Looks like I'm filming indoors today, and yeah, I'm going nowhere today. I'm just going to stay indoors and look at the pretty snow and maybe do a video or two for you. Hi friends, and welcome back to 4F Beauty. Hope you're all having a good day. As you can see today, I've gone a little bit bright because it's pretty crappy weather out there. So I decided to do a nice summery look, something you could use for Pride, if you're going to any Pride marches later on this year, or just for a bit of fun. And the palette I'm using is actually a new company to me. I'm not sure how long they've been around for, but they're a UK based company and they're called Blush Tribe. And this, if I just scoot my way over here, try and get, there we go. This is their psychedelic palette. And it's called that because it has beautiful, beautiful bright colours. So, if you want to see how I got on with this palette, how it blends, what the fallout's like, how much effort it took to get this amount of pigmentation on my eyes, you're in the right place. Stay tuned. Now, I'm sure you know what's coming. First of all, I ask you to please subscribe and click the notification bell so you join my notification squad and don't miss any of my videos. But also, my channel has a little song. It goes a little something like this. When will I be YouTube famous? Please tell me that's growing on you. Alright, stay tuned. Here's the tutorial. Hi! Right, as you can see, I've already got foundation and concealer on. And I'm actually trying a new foundation for me today. This is the L'Oreal Pro Glow, as opposed to the Pro Matte. I can't even speak this morning. Pro Glow as opposed to the Pro Matte. I've got a separate foundation review on this. If it's up, I will link it below. I'm not sure which order I'm putting these videos up in yet. I think this one's going to go up first. But I will link where this is going to be, so that once it goes live you can easily, depending on when you're watching it, just easily click on the information box and see how this fared on my oily combo skin. Okie dokie. So I need to set this face because I haven't done that yet. So I've just got an empty e.l.f. pot here and the Revolution Lace baking powder that I got on my Tam haul. I don't know if you've watched that yet. If I remember, I will link it below so you can see the other things that I bought. Let's just tap some of that out into, oh, a little bit too much, into the lid. Looks like an explosion in a flower factory. Right. I know a lot of people don't like Morphe brushes, but I got a set that was in a gold bag, and you had, I think it was about 4 or 5 different eye brushes, and these are really, really good. Really like these. But they only have Morphe written on them, they don't have any numbers or anything, so I'm assuming you're going to have to buy it as part of the set. If the set is still available, again, I will try and remember to link it in the information box below. So let's zoom you in just a wee bit. Set this concealer, the concealer that I've gone for because it's a more radiant foundation today. I've gone for my Too Faced Born This Way Radiant Concealer in Very Fair. I know what you're thinking. If you've got a glowy foundation, why are you setting it with powder? What's the point? Well, the point is I've got oily combo skin, and if I don't set it with powder, it won't still be on my face in an hour's time. So, yeah. What I'm going to be doing today, I'm sure I've already told you this in the intro, I'm going to be doing a really nice, bright look today because I'm fed up with the snow. It's been here long enough. I'm out of milk. Don't like snow. We're not in the UK anyway. Our infrastructure just can't cope. We get snow so infrequently now. I mean, when I was a kid in the 80s, we used to get it every year, so people knew how to drive on it. Trains still ran, buses still ran, people had snow tyres. Didn't drive like bloody idiots. Knew how to control it if you started to skid. Nowadays, we get snow so infrequently. I mean, there's kids out there now that have been driving for 10 years that still have never driven on snow, so we just. Everything gives up. I mean, I never, very, very rarely got a snow day as a kid in the 80s. You know, the boiler had to go at school for you to get a snow day. This is just a big fluffy brush. That was a kabuki brush that I used to push powder into my nose because my nose is the bit of my face that absolutely hates foundation and repels it like a magnet with an opposite polar force. That was a bit technical for me today. Yeah, if the boiler broke when we were at school, it was a case of put your coats on, you can still work, you can go home at the end of the day. The only time we actually got to have a snow day is if the water was off and we couldn't flush the toilets. But then I suppose health and safety nowadays has kicked in, and a lot of teachers don't live near the schools like they used to. You know, a lot of the teachers used to live within walking distance when I was at school. Nowadays they're all driving, I suppose. Sad indictment of the world today. Just muttering. Mutter, 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 mumble. Feel free to mute me if you don't want to listen to it. Okay, it's brow time. Yes, I know, I'm sorry, I still haven't done my brow tutorial. I will run through very, very quickly just now how to work out the best shape for your brow. I'm using, as always, my Essence Super Last 24-hour eyebrow pomade pencil waterproof. I think if it was any longer they'd stick more words in it. And I'm using dark brown. I like this because it's a twist up pencil at one end and a little smudger brush at the other, because where it is a pomade pencil, it is a bit creamier. You can smudge it around a little bit, which is great. Okay, how to work out where your brow shape should be if you haven't got a great deal, or you need to work out if you want to start plucking your eyebrows, you need to know where your arch should be or where it starts to thin for the tail. Here's my tip. Put your pencil alongside your nose like this, and that is where your eyebrow should start. Okay? Now run it through the middle of your pupil, and that should be the high point of your arch, or if you've got flat brows like me, that should be where your tail should start to thin down. Okay, so start of the brow, through the pupil for the arch of the brow, and just to the edge of your iris, or the coloured bit of your eye, is where your brow should finish. Mother Nature has been very good in doing that. So that is the easiest way to determine the best brow shape for you. I've got a friend who actually, because she's got quite a short distance from here to here and she's got hooded lids, she actually shaves her brows off and redraws them in further up so she has more room to put eyeshadow on and make pretty looks. So you can see I'm just following the shape of my brow, sketching it in a bit, and now using the brush end just to brush that soft creamy pencil through. You can see the difference there. Just frames the eye. You don't have to do it. If you've been endowed with strong brows, you can join my SBP, which is the Strong Brow Posse. All members welcome. Let's rock our strong brows, girls and boys. I always have one brow that goes really well, and then the other brow decides it doesn't want to play ball. But this is usually my good brow. Today, it appears to be mucking me around. Ah well. As we know, brows are related. They're usually sisters, not twins. I think mine are kissing cousins today. Speaking of cousins, one of my favourite programmes as a kid was Dukes of Hazzard. And Bo, Luke and Daisy were all cousins to each other. And it was never explained why 3 cousins were all living with Uncle Jesse. My mind does this. It goes off on weird tangents. Probably realise that if you've watched my other videos. Just got the husband into watching it because he's 11 years younger than me, so he missed out the first time round because he wasn't even born when some of it was framed. That's worrying. This is just the Benefit Ready Set Brow. Might help if you weren't Australian if I put it up the right way, wouldn't it? There you go. I think Benefit have renamed this now to Brow Setting Gel or something. But you can use clear mascara. This was just a freebie that I got with the copy of Cosmo, I think. It is very good though. But if push comes to shove, you can spray some hairspray on a spoolie, brush it through just to help hold your brows in place. Okie dokie, which bronzer do I want to use today? I think I might go for the pretty one that I got on my Tam haul from Freedom. This Pro Glow Meow. I don't know why I said it like that. Big fluffy brush. Now, if I remember rightly, this kicks up a lot. Yeah, it does. It kicks up a lot of powder. But it is a really nice shade. It's not too orange. So, for those of us that are pale as the driven snow, which isn't very pale once it's been driven on bomber, it's nice. They also do a darker one for people with darker skin tones, but I don't know whether Tan Beauty are phasing Revolution out, because I've noticed that Makeup Revolution is now Revolution of Makeup. They've been rebranded. These were, I think they were down to something like 75p, so I could not resist because it's pretty and it's 75p. And I'm pretty sure Tan Beauty's cruelty free as well. Doesn't say so on the back, but I'm pretty sure that all the Tan Beauty lines are cruelty free, which is great. Right, this is my big fluffy bronzer brush. I use a more tapered brush for my blush. Sorry, it's turning into an ASMR video again, isn't it? So, as we've done one of the Freedom ones, let's use Pro Glow Pink Cat, which again, so pretty. But again, oh boy, this kicks up even more powder than the bronzer does. But it is a really beautifully subtle pinky, peachy colour. Again, they do one for darker skin tones. If it's still on their site, go get it. Do I want to do my jewellery? I think I will actually. Let's get that bronzer back. I don't tend to contour my nose because I actually quite like the shape of my nose. If you want me to cover nose contour at some point, leave me a message down there and I will certainly oblige. The whole point of this is not just for me to try and justify the amount of makeup I've got by having a YouTube channel, but also to help people. you know, if you want, if I can, that is. I mean, I'm by far an expert, but I am 43. So if you're like me, have issues with eyelid creasing when you're trying to put makeup on, or you see these 20-year-olds and think that's never going to work on me, that's not something you're going to have an issue with for me, because I'm the wrong side of 40 or the right side of 40, depending on how old you are. So today I'm using this Blush Tribe Psychedelic palette. Bit of plastic packaging. Now there's no mirror in this, which it's a shame, but it's not an issue because I've got mirrors all over the place, to be quite honest, and I've got a viewfinder. But look at these beautiful colours. Aren't they stunning? Absolutely gorgeous. So I'm going to start off with a big fluffy brush, get it in front of the viewfinder and it helps. And I'm going to start off with probably this this yellow here. Then I'm going to come across to this apricot. And then I'm probably going to choose one of these reds and the purple. And if I remember, I will try to remember. I will see if I can put an annotation somewhere on the screen with which colour I'm using, but failing that I will try and show you either before I start or afterwards. Maybe if I do that now, maybe I could annotate that on screen with the numbers of the order that I use it. Still new at all this editing nonsense, but I'm doing my best, so, you know, bear with. As always, I have my colour switch to clean colours off of my brush. So let's go in with that buttercuppy yellow. There's not a great deal of kick up on this palette. I've just gone into this one here. You can see there's not a, at least I hope you can see, there's not a huge amount of kick up on that palette at all. Let's zoom you in a bit while I do this. As always, we start from the outside and we do windscreen wiper first. When I look straight ahead, you can see all of my mobile lid, so I don't have hoodie's eyes. If when you look ahead you don't see that, get a pencil brush and with your eye open just sketch the line where you want your crease to be. There's no reason you can't do exactly the same look, you just have to move your crease up a little bit, that's all. So continuing with the yellow, little circular movements backwards and forwards like this, just to blend the colour up. I normally stop about 5 or 6 mils below my brow, but you take yours to wherever you feel comfortable. I'm lucky I've got quite a lot of space here, so I can do quite a lot of different colours, as you're going to see today. Now, as always, I haven't worked out how to speed things up yet in editing, but I have had some comments back that you actually like the longer tutorials because it means you don't have to keep pausing the video and you can actually keep up with me. If you are more expert and you can do makeup quicker than me, by all means put me on a faster speed. I think the speed widget's down this side somewhere on YouTube, and I will look like a chicken and sound like I've been inhaling helium, which could be quite amusing for you. But you see what I mean here? Like, this is an issue that 20-year-olds don't have, partly because I'm wrong side of 40 and partly because I've lost about 9 stone in the last 6 years. I've actually got quite wrinkly eyelids, so I just have to make extra careful to be sure there's no gaps. Okay, so that's my base colour down. I'm going to use my colour switch, take this off. And I'm now going to go into the apricot colour that I showed you before. I'm going to go through my crease again, because we're just warming this yellow up a little bit. And I'm going to go up a little bit, not quite as far, because I still want to see some of the yellow. And the trick with blending is hold your brush at the end so that you're using very, very light brush pressure on your skin, and blend until you think your hand's going to fall off, then blend a bit more. So you can see the difference there, just warming it up with a little bit of apricot. Apricot jam on toast. Don't know why I'm craving apricot jam all of a sudden, probably because we haven't got any. It's always the way it goes, isn't it? I only ever fancy chocolate when I haven't got any in the house. Got a drawer full of it at the moment, don't want it. So continuing with the other eye, same again. Add the apricot through the crease. Wherever your crease is, I'm lucky I can just follow the shape of my eyeball and blend. Circular motions, not quite as high as the yellow. Okay. I need to blend this. I'm going to take, if you find that one eye is heavier than the other and you don't want to add more colour to the lighter eye, take all the colour off your brush and just blend for your life. Might be a Brian Blessed then, didn't I? Gordon's alive! Lord knows what my neighbours think if they can hear me through the wall. There we go, that's nice and warm. Okay, that's done with that brush. Now I'm going to get my fat pencil brush, and I am going to go into one of these lovely reds. I think I'll go into the orangey red, as I seem to be going on that spectrum. I'm just going to sketch out through my crease. Oh, I do love a palette with some pigment. And this palette has pigment. Right, so I'll sketch that out, and then I'm going to go about a third of the way along my lash line there and gently shade that corner in. Then I'm going to get my Real Techniques base shadow brush, dip it into the same red, just the tip of the bristles. Stick it in the corner, give it a waggle. You can probably say this with me by now: waggle on the top lid, wiggle on the bottom one. Waggle backwards and forwards like this, through the crease. And just on our outer corner here. Okay, and then this time when we do our circular motions, we're not taking it up at all. We're keeping it here. So we're keeping it on our crease line and not taking it any higher. Try if you can at the outside edge to go in an upward motion, because if you go straight out or you go down, it turns your eyes down, makes you look sad, makes you look old, and none of us want that. I mean, you can see how beautifully these are blending together without any trouble at all. It really is such a good palette, and it's only like, I think it was $13.99. I will. I'm gonna have to put so many links in this video, and I bet I forget half of them. Remind me if I forget. I'll put a link to the palette in the video. I believe they ship worldwide. They certainly are a UK based company, so I love supporting new companies and new independent businesses. So we do the same again. Into the crease and give it a waggle. Such a beautiful vibrant red. I still haven't got the Jeffree Star Blood Sugar palette yet. It hasn't come to Beautylish. And I need it to come to Beautylish because I need to use their pay in 2 instalments option if you spend over $50, which, as the palette is 52, let's take the extra colour off of there, give this a bit of extra blending, because I think I've gone a bit heavier on this eye again. That's the problem, where I'm blind in this eye, it's, whoa, what happened to my white balance then? Where I'm blind in this eye, I do sometimes tend to put too much makeup on one eye or the other. But actually on the viewfinder it shows me even better than the mirror does when I do that. Here comes the mirror man. I don't suppose anybody remembers that song, do you? If you remember who sang that, write it in the comments below. Let's see how many other people know this one. Right, I just want to deepen that corner up a little bit because that red's so vibrant. And you all know me in purples. So I'm going to pick up some purple on that same Real Techniques brush. And I'm just going to take it about 2/3 of the way along and just deepen this outside corner here. I do have a stubborn patch here which some mornings decides it doesn't want to blend properly, but I find that the heat from my finger tends to help that a bit. Yeah, that's nice, so that's got a little more definition now. And let's repeat on this side. Tapping my brush off each time to try and minimise the fallout. There's not a huge amount of fallout from this palette, to be honest. It's very, very nicely done. I definitely recommend this palette. I think it's beautiful. And it's cheaper than the Morphe one, which is the same size. How's that looking? Let's give this a smudge with my finger. I really am not flicking you off, I promise. There we go. If you get fallout, big fluffy brush. Try and sweep reds away as quickly as you can, because if any colour's going to stain, they will. But as you know, I'm going to be adding a colour underneath anyway, I always do. Okay, let's add that bottom colour in. So I'm going to use a nice flat brush like this. And I think I'll go into this beautiful aqua sea greeny blue colour. Told you I was doing colour today, folks. No, that's not bright enough. Let's go into the emerald green next to it instead. There we go. Again, I'll take it about 2/3 of the way, this brighter colour, and then I'll smoke it with that sea blue. Oh, sea bluey green, it's like a Caribbean or Caribbean sea, however you choose to pronounce it. Come here, little brushy, where are you? Oh, this is ridiculous. Seriously, where are you? Well, it would appear that one of my brushes has gone walkabout, so how rude of it to go without asking. I'm going to use a small, fluffy brush. This is a studio brush. Doesn't tell me what sort, but going to that sea bluey green, just smoke along the bottom lash line just to give that a bit of a smudge. This is definitely for me, this is full on summer. This is going to a pride event with some LGBTQ plus friends of mine. Or going to a barbecue or heading to the beach. Happy days. And you say, why are you doing this when there's snow outside? Because there's snow outside. I don't like the snow. I don't want to build a snowman. I want to build a sandcastle on the beach where it's warm, where the only ice is in my drink. Lecture over. Right, just going to close that palette up a moment. And for my lid colour, no, I haven't forgotten, I am going to go into this Jeffree Star 24 carat highlighter palette, Skin Frosts. Now, yes, this is the palette that he had designed for darker skin tones. Yes, it has a mirror. So you can see lots of beautiful shadows there. This will work on my skin as a highlight. This I use frequently for an inner highlight, but today I'm going to give it a little bit of Legend, wait for it, Derry pink, because I think that that's going to go quite nicely with the look that I've done so far. So I've got a nice packer brush here. I'm just going to go into this Skin Frost. As you can see, they do tend to get hard pans, so you do need a firmer packed brush. It's just because although they're a powder, they are very, very creamy, so you do get the issue with hard pans sometimes with his. And on the remaining, oh, look at the beautiful shimmery shine. On the 2/3 of lid, as I was saying before I started singing, that we don't have shadow on. Let's pop a bit of highlighter on. Mr. Sun, can you make up your mind if you are coming or going, please? You are messing with my white balance. You not realise what's happening here? Important videos are being filmed. Like me talking to the sun is going to work. going to put that on the 2/3 of the lid that had no shadow yet. Oh, that is such a lovely colour. And then using our Real Techniques brush that we used to do the to do the red and the purple, without any colour on it, I'm just going to smudge the colours together. And because we're not doing a cut crease, run through the crease as well, just to blend and get a nice seamless look. Lovely. And now using a tiny wee little brush, very similar to the shape that we used for putting the colour underneath our eye, I'm going to go into Liberace. And just to look at that. Oh, beautiful. Imagine this on beautiful chocolate brown skin. It would look amazing as a highlight. But I just have to make do with it as a lid colour or an accent colour or in a corner eye brightener. You got to admit that is such a stunning colour. Now I'm going to go into Sarcophagus. Yes, these are all Egyptian themed because we have King Tut, we've got Dark Horse. Dark Horse is a bit Trojan, really, isn't it? Giza. He's a good geezer. Go into Sarcophagus and just add a little bit of a brow highlight here. I say a little bit. It's never a little bit when you're using a Jeffree Star Skin Frost, it's always blending. Yes, I have got his black highlight as well. I'll probably be using that at some point. I'll show you how I use it. And now, with my teardrop shaped brush, similar to the Anastasia A23, nose, Cupid's bow, chin, temple, and then my favourite bit on the cheek. Look at that! One of the things that I do love about the Jeffree Star Skin Frosts, partly you get a really, really good payoff, and your skin looks almost wet. But when you look straight on, you don't have a splooch of colour. You don't actually see that highlight until I turn my face and the light hits it, and that's the sign of a really good highlight. Definitely recommend his Skin Frosts. I've got, I think, 13 different ones now, plus both the Pro palettes. I will at some point, if you want, go through my Jeffree Star collection and show you all the different ones that I've got. If you're interested, again, leave me a comment and let me know, and I will get on that for you straight away. Or I'll add it to my list anyway. So there's the highlight done. Okay. I am going to, because my eye has started to water, I think my allergies are playing up today, that's really helpful. I'm just going to go off camera to do my eyeliner and my mascara, just to give my eyes a bit of a time to stop watering, and I will be back. Don't go anywhere. Subscribe button, just down there. Give it a little poke, please. Okay, I'll be back. Oh, don't go nowhere. Don't go. See? Told you I wouldn't be long. This is the eyeliner I've used. It says it's up to 48-hour wear. Do not wear your makeup for 48 hours. Take it off every night. I don't care how tired you are when you come in from the cub. Keep a packet of wipes by your bed. Take it off. Your skin will thank you. I'll stop sounding like your mum now. This is the mascara I've gone for, the Essence The False Lashes for extreme volume and curl. I think you can see. Got a lovely bit of lash action happening. Now for lippy. I am going to go for one of the ones from the Jeffrey Lovesick collection, which if you can see the packaging there, it has little hearts on it. When you turn it sideways, you get a little heart there, look, see? So pretty. So pretty. The colour I'm going for is Self-Control, because when it comes to Jeffree Star lipsticks, I have no self-control. Finally managed to get hold of Mistletoe. I've been looking for that for years. This one has beautiful red chrome tops. Now he has had red tops before, but not chrome. The Christmas or the holiday 2016 collection had red tops, but they were just normal red tops, they weren't chromed like this. Give it a shake. Zoom you in a bit. Now, a lot of people I know struggle putting on liquid lipsticks with dough applicators, like this. It's super, super easy. Let me show you how. Alright. Inside the bottom lip, turn it sideways. Bottom lip done. Now for top lip, this is a great way to define the Cupid's bow, or create one if you don't have a very shaped bow, or if you have an uneven one. Let's bring you in a little bit closer for this bit. So you turn your dough foot 45 degrees and you do it first here and then here. Okay? A bit too much on the dough foot. Alright, and then you turn it 45 degrees the other way. Now you have an M. Turn it upside down and go from the corner to the line you just made. Then fill it in. See? How easy was that? Right, let's take it back out. Because it's setting spray time. Liberally douse your face with spray. I'm gonna keep going. You can stop if you want. But I like my makeup to stay put. Right, there's our look for the day. I am going to sort this mop out. I'll be straight back. Don't go anywhere. Fluff balls back. I go super frizzy and staticky and curly when it's snowy, so my mind has no control over my hair, and my hair has no control over anything except itself. Okay, so what do I think of the Blush Tribe palette? I love this. It's my go-to in terms of bright palettes. I used to go for Juvia's, but obviously that's only a £9 palette, so it does restrict you a bit. And yes, that is an all matte palette, which is great because so many colourful palettes have a crap ton of shimmers in there, and then you're like, well, where's the mattes? Because I know a lot of you. I mean, I showed in my Tan Beauty haul tutorial with the surprise egg that I can do a look with all shimmers, but I know a lot of people don't like that. You want to have mattes and just have a bit of shimmer on the lid. I mean, there's some days that I just use an all matte look. So, absolute 10 out of 10. Very little fallout, superb pigmentation. This does not fade through the day, it doesn't crease. It's just a really, really, really good palette. Alright, that's my tutorial for today. Hope you enjoyed it. Maybe you'd like to check out some of my other videos now that I've definitely got some on the channel for you to watch. Hope you enjoyed this, hope you found it helpful, informative, funny, one of those things. If you did, perhaps you'd press the like button for me, subscribe, maybe even share this video with your friends. If you try it yourself, do tag me in Instagram. Put your Instagram link below to you trying this palette and you trying these colours. I'd love to see how you get on with them. Alright, bye bye for now.